Welcome to another episode of Starseed Activations. Welcome, Mary. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Excellent. So, today's such a beautiful day. We're going to start off with it. Okay. Thanks for laughing with me, Mary. That makes it even better. Okay. So, we're going to ohm. Now, what an ohm does is it opens and expands your heart, and it allows you to connect into the higher self. When we ever so gently, dear ones, open, when we make the channeler laugh, it then allows her biological form to attune to bliss, which helps and assists our channeling through her as a vessel. It is of high value for each of you to laugh when the channeler laughs, for that is a frequency resonance which radiates outwards, allowing us to connect into your hearts, allowing your hearts to open, to expand, to feel unconditional love and joy. We now wish to ohm, for it allows your thought grids to energetically connect as one. This, dear ones, allows for any thoughts in your minds that need recalibration to come to the surface for us to channel through. Any questions you may have, you may simply think them, and they may be answered through the channeler now. Thank you. Take a deep breath in. One more deep breath in. Thank you. Thank you, Star People, for this beautiful channeling session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I started oming my chakras.
Very good.
I mean, I've been doing it, but I started really doing it since yesterday.
Oh, that's good. How did it make you feel?
Great.
Did you notice any changes or shifts in the energetics?
Well, not really. Not yet, but I'm sure I will. It just
You
takes
will.
time.
So what happens in the inside is we have a nervous system net, which you know about. The nervous system net, when we start focusing on any area of the body and sending it light, especially when we use a frequency from our mouth, it then allows the nervous system net to like expand outwards. And the more we can get it to either expand outwards or realign itself back to its natural base frequency, it then allows for a harmonic resonance to start to grow and develop between you and your higher self. This, dear ones, allows for you to shift any emotional resonance stored within the cells of the body by shifting or modifying the nervous system net. Direct focus into each one of the chakra systems allows for your nervous system net connected to that chakra lens to then change or modify your baseline frequency in the aligned area of your simulation. For example, dear ones, the root chakra primarily stores all information about your physical reality experience. This allows for you to change or modify any physical item coding grid in your simulation experience. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Actually, I have a question.
Sure.
I'm going to read this little paragraph. It's on an online source. Said that the star people travel through space and time by linking with source consciousness. So they use the spirit realm and they use higher densities to do this. So it's multi density technology. The ship creates a rip in space and time and relocates your cells or wherever you're going. Is that true?
So the star people have been telling us that we can do this right now. This is teleportation ability. This is N teleportation ability.
Mm-hmm.
Inside all of the cells is a vortex. That vortex connects to the black hole system. It's a whole system. They're all connected. This is connect the black holes that we see in the solar system. They are connected to what is known as the void. Now, so there's a piece of a void inside of every single cell inside of our body. We know by our communication with the star people that they generate a thought grid. They generate a unity consciousness around every single person who tunes in to this audio or video through all time and space. They know our soul signature. There's magnetic alignments that they can do to each of us to put us on the video. Even if it's 5 years from now, they'll magnetically push that frequency into us to allow us to manifest witnessing or observing the piece of knowledge that we need in order to help us along our ascension path. Now, that's important because the second that we can identify, we can change or shift our emotional frequency, which is magnetic. We're able to put the focus inside that little void space inside of ourselves, and we're able to co-create a now moment expression together by generating a thought grid, which is what we're on right now. It's an individualized consciousness grid. Well, in that moment, all of us banded together. It doesn't matter where you are in time or space. Your light body will activate, and you may look like a bright white light blazing across the sky, depending on where you were telling the void inside of your body to shift you. Time and space is an illusion. The only moment is the now present moment. So that means that space is not linear. We are able to shift from here to here in literally faster than the blink of an eye. It's faster than light travel. It's instantaneous. What that looks like is we are co-creating in the flicker rate, which is located in the 0 point inside of the heart. When we go in there, there's a form of a control system or control center, the star people are saying. There's another control center. It is right in front of the pineal gland. That is the one they're always telling us we have to back step into the control center. Well, there's one inside of the heart too. The one inside of the heart controls time and space and your thermostat and your gravity levitation or gravity levity, the star people are saying, is all controlled within the heart. So you have to access both of these control centers in order to generate this type of it's high frequency magic or high frequency manifestation, whichever way you feel more comfortable saying it. But it's banding together, forming a collective consciousness unit or grid around all people involved. So if we had 5 people who wanted to do this, it doesn't matter where you are, you drop into the meditation. Now realize they don't need a half-hour meditation. It's there right instantaneously. So they drop in, they connect to each other, and then they shift their biological frequencies, dear ones. This then allows us to be perceived as if we are on a physical technological ship. But in reality, as you see it, we may simply be shifting through parallel realities in a multiverse without ever having to touch a piece of technology. For all technological means start from mirror reflections within the self. Everything stems from within yourself. You are able to shift through simulation codings in the blink of an eye, dear ones, for the second that you truly comprehend the true nature of your multidimensional abilities. The sky's the limit. Thank you. Thank you, Star People. Yes.
Okay.
Did that answer it good?
Well, yeah. Do they use source frequency?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everything that you see around you is source frequency.
Mm-hmm.
So The second that, and you don't even have to close your eyes, the second that you open your heart and you feel love for someone, you are actually pulling down source frequency and allowing that light to radiate through your heart. And then we can see that scientifically, we send light ions at the other person. So that's using the source frequency. The second that you have a thought come in your mind, that is a source frequency. The second that you are sitting on the grass and you notice a drop of dew on a single blade of grass, that is the source frequency.
Mhm.
It's in all of us. It's in everything. It's in your DNA, it's in your hair, it's in your car. It's in, the negativity is the source frequency, the positivity is the source frequency. It is everything and it is nothing. So when we say we are using the source frequency, you are the source frequency. The process of evolving and ascending, right now, primarily, we mainly talk about ascending to the next level. And it literally is, it's a stairway to heaven, right? Because we're going into the next step of our evolution. But the truth is that that's unlimited. And the step actually, it looks more like a diamond. He's saying it's like a diamond. So a pyramid up and a pyramid down. And he's saying you go up, you go down. But then something shifts. Oh, dear ones, as your ascension process evolves, you may notice that you rise and ascend to the highest degree, and then you fall down ever so gently in a physical reality expression. That is one breath of life for your celestial being. However, in this metaphor of a diamond, there is also a parallel mirror dimension of Earth. This mirror dimension holds negativity or the exact opposite of what you see in your current reality expression. For example, if you are a positive being on your ascension timeline, you may notice that you go through the yuga cycles, raising in awareness and falling in awareness. But then you may also experience the opposite polarity to what that current experience is. For example, this life may be a positive. Your next life may include aspects in the mirror dimensions, allowing you to be the opposite polarity expression in a physical form, going through an identical yuga cycle. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steffi.
Sorry about that. I dropped my crystal.
Oh, that's okay. What did you do?
I dropped it on the desk.
What crystal is it?
Oh, it's a green crystal that
I
Melissa gave to me, actually.
Fluorite. How
Yep,
do
I
you
was
not
in the
say
old.
crystal?
That's
Out
funny.
of all the crystals to have, like, oh my gosh. See, Melissa knew. She was like, let me get this one. Did
Yep.
I ever wave it around the lives? Like,
I don't know. Yeah, I think you did a
I
while
probably
back.
did. That's so funny.
Okay, the first one is I gotta get the book. I don't know what I was thinking. The personality complex. If you could explain that a little bit more.
Okay, let's see.
That's part one.
Okay, that one is in my Ascension Guide, the first book, page 53, for everyone following along.
Okay. Inside each individual is an energetic light that forms known as the soul. The light body may, on occasion, be fractured into multiple souls, overlaying one physical biological system. This process is known to us as multiple personality complex or split personality syndrome. Many times, when an individual experiences a dense level of trauma, a protector soul may step in and offer assistance during troublesome experiences in the physical reality. This allows for a type of connection to form. Each soul holds an individual biological codex frequency, which determines subtraits like allergies, and each individual shall exhibit different traits. One may have allergies and one may not. Eye color may also change per individual soul form. This is one technique you may use to identify if the physical biologics are of the two soul forms or one primary soul fractured.
Yes. So this is really important because the personality grid complex is how we control instantaneous downloads. So when we talk about instantly downloading knowledge, it may come in the form of a bright idea, but it really is, it's all knowledge of all time and space. We already have access to it right now. The way that we start harnessing this ability is through the heart, which contains a 64-bit cube personality grid complex. Half of the cube is light, it's like a metaphor. These are light, meaning you're able to plug in to light frequency codes or personalities. The other half of it is dark. So this is how our personality may shine through, and we may be plugging into light when we're around certain people. We may have, darker experiences. By darker experiences, I mean like having an attitude or feeling grumpy or, any lower frequency mood or personality that may shine through. It's plugged into the lower half of the personality grid complex. The star people saying right now, it is not black and white 50-50, as if half and half. It is more surrounded, and it's fragmented like a grid. uh he's calling it like a checkerboard. So it's like a checkerboard, half are black, half are white. We'll just go with that. Now, when we want to summon knowledge, we are able to call in any personality, even if you made it up. And this is like the kicker, because anytime we have a thought inside of our minds, that thought exists in the source frequency, because a thought is made of electrical current. Electrical current is connected to plasma. Plasma is connected to the ether. Ether is a sense of the source frequency, except that's only a tiny slither of what the source frequency truly is, because there's different parallel realities in which they don't use plasma, they use other forms of ether. That's important when we start talking about shifting into parallel reality expressions, because the atmospheric conditions can be different, as well as gravity, levity, and time space codings may also be different when you start engaging in different parallel realities. Also, on other planets. Other planets, we, the star people, consider a different parallel reality. For in the world among worlds expression, any world the primary individual may visit, we consider a different world expression. This includes witnessing or observing from the eyes of a secondary individual. For each person watching is in their own world, literally. You are in your own density and dimensional matrix. We are able to connect to each of you because of the source frequency and the type of connection between all things living and non living. We now recognize that we are all one unit of consciousness. Thank you.
Thank you.
The personality grid complex, they want me to go deeper on it. When we want to download knowledge, let's say you want information from like a handyman or a technician, you're able to drop into meditation. However long that takes you is fine. Everyone is different. And you're able to pull any personality from the source frequency. It gets filtered through the higher self. There's like a whole process. It comes down into the crown chakra, and you could feel it settle into the heart. We do this naturally. This happens all the time. Now, any ideas that you're having are going to be run through the filter of that handyman. So if you needed bright ideas of how to fix your house, this is one way of allowing access into the bright ideas. Once again, we're talking about bright ideas because we're at the level where you're starting to harness it. You're starting to coax it in and to utilize it. It's like a muscle. The more and more you do it, the faster you can harness these abilities. It comes very rapidly. Now, this is also a form of channeling, because you're able to, if you have the name of any being, it's his phone number. There's power in a name, because the second that you have the name, you can connect in like that phone call to his personality or her personality grid complex. This then allows you to run your filters through how that entity or being would think or process the information. Once again, this is like a processing tool. Personalities naturally form in human beings, because if you've ever been not you guys, but we can observe that in a person who has been severely traumatized, sometimes their conscious mind will step aside and they will summon a protector because they'll feel like they're not able to do it on their own. And when this happens, you'll notice that there's two personalities in one body. And then all of a sudden, there could be 3, 4, and 5 different personalities that step forward. And once again, this is real. This is channeling. You are channeling these different entities because a personality can also be an entity. The personality can also be your higher self. So it does not necessarily have to be an entity. The sky is the limit when we start talking about the personality grid complex, because the second that we need or desire any information throughout all time and space, it's pulling ether cords from the source or from our higher self, depending, and plugging it right into the heart. And this happens at the speed of light or faster. So it's like, here's the knowledge, here's the information, but that's only the thoughts. That's not even, we haven't even told you guys about the emotions. If you needed a very specific emotional resonance, that emotional resonance may then be summoned from the source frequency direct. Because the personality grid complex touches directly into your heart, it then has great potentials to instantaneously shift your magnetic resonance. This magnetic resonance, dear ones, is what facilitates your physical reality experience. For all items, person, places, and things are generated by a magnetic coding. This magnetic coding, therefore, changes the density levels of each item or person you see. The density controls how old the item looks, how happy or high frequency, or how sad or ill an individual may be. Your density is key for shifting into the light crystalline realms. Thank you.
Thank you.
Star people. Yes.
So it's kind of like the Matrix when he did the computer thing where he got, everything.
Yes. Well, in the crystalline realms, Mary, the last download I just had like a couple of days ago was about, you read one of the posts, it was about downloading into the crystalline realms, shifting the diamond DNAs and the crystalline DNAs, and activating the memory grid complex. When we activate the memory grid complex, it's like it's turning us online, is what that is. It's going from a single unit or like a laptop, it's plugging it into the World Wide Web. That's what happens when we become fully activated. It's amazing because it's having full access into your quantum codex and your Akashic records. The star people are saying it's more the Akashic records at first, so it's a little, but it's just like, think about the movie where Neo, the second he knew how to harness a gift, what did he do? He sat there and he was like, wham, and he absorbed everything, like everything that he wanted to know. That's how it happens. We sit down, we start downloading, and all of a sudden, everything that we want or that we feel in alignment with, we start pulling it into our memory to absorb it. That being said, there's also the past life information, which is going to be like, shh. And literally, that's how it just looked when I was shown, like a fuzzy, clear, transparent shh, that washes over you, and it's like an instantaneous knowing of all of the past lifetimes as well as the future timeline that you're currently standing on comes into your memory grid. So it's like someone turning on a light is what it really is. You're coming online.
Yeah, like Lucy. Melissa said, like Lucy.
Yes. Oh, yes. Definitely.
We were supposed to talk about the diamond core.
And well, they know. So.
Did you want me to read some of the posts of the diamond core, or?
Yes, read it.
Okay,
I like to read the post. This way everyone knows what we're talking about.
I have to get it off of Facebook real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay. In the diamond crystalline core, inside Mother Earth is a crystalline diamond core. This core is set to a specific frequency bandwidth and contains higher octave levels of knowledge, which may be downloaded upon entry. The diamond core adjusts the frequency parameters per individual and grants an access of specific knowledge attuned to each individual soul's journey. This type of contact generates specific Earth signature tonal expressions of the planetary frequency. Specific Earth tonal signatures found inside the diamond core generate location codes of every Earth planetary resonance in the multidimensional fields. Many times activated, individuals utilize the diamond core in order to transmute densities held within the human consciousness grids. This access also activates the primary individual's selection of which version of Earth they wish to quantumly align to their energetic grid complex, therefore shifting at that individual into the parallel version of Earth.
It basically is like a ginormous frequency generator, in a sense, where we're able to tune in. And, we keep talking about the crystalline kingdoms, the magical creature kingdoms, the crystalline realms. We activate the diamond strands of the DNA. We activate the crystalline DNA. The crystalline DNA is more in the body. The diamond DNA, it radiates outwards. It's ethereal in its nature. It connects to the higher self. It also has a connection to the oversoul. It connects us to the axial tonal lines. Now, when we start to dive into meditations and we start to reach deep into the diamond core or the crystalline core of Mother Earth, we can start to pull at instantaneous downloads of frequency codes from Mother Earth. She knows. She is not like the star people have me erase that sentence and use a positive polarity. Thank you, star people. She is fully awake and aware and sentient of her entire timeline expression, so that at any given moment, we are able to make contact and communication with her, and we are able to request very specialized frequency codings. Mother Earth, she can see our entire frequency, our entire aura field radiating outwards. She's only going to give us, it's like a child, right? She's the Mother Earth. We are her children. She's not going to give us anything that she knows is going to cause harm to the soul. That does not mean that we are guaranteed to have a positive experience. She will not give anything that will harm the actual soul form because she loves us. But we have free will, so we are able to pull frequencies from her and utilize them and learn lessons and things of that nature. We are able to ask her for very rapid ascension codes. We are able to, once again, you may choose to go into the heart to make this kind of contact. And when you come into a type of meditation out of gratitude, out of humbleness, out of love for the earth, she sees you. Every single time you bend over, you pick up a piece of litter and you tell her that, I love you, she sees that. It's all stored in your heart and it goes right down into the core of Mother Earth. She knows who we are. So when we step into a meditation and we connect, you will know solidly that you are connected to the diamond crystalline core of Mother Earth. For she will shift your resonance field during the meditation process in such a significant way that it will leave you moved, dear ones. This type of humble, grateful communication allows access into different reality expressions. For you may consider her a gatekeeper of sorts. She is holding a positive grimoire or a book of shadows. These two books, dear ones, are keys in their nature, for it is simply a frequency download, not an actual physical book. These books you are able to absorb different packets of knowledge from. It truly is infinite in its nature, for she can see into every parallel reality expression in both light and dark polarities. Any experience you wish or desire to have, you may then absorb the exact frequency coding into your individual grid structure, therefore allowing you to ever so gently shift throughout the world among worlds expression and vibrationally attune yourself onto that timeline creation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, star people. Yes.
Okay. Did you want to talk about the keys to ascension? Okay.
Sure.
This
Okay,
is,
so we're doing page 70.
yes, page 70 and page 71, an advanced viewpoint of the now moment.
Yes.
The now moment expression allows for micro moments to be observed for constant growth and development. This includes the perception of every thought and emotion experienced, as well as a further view into the why these emotions are expressed. This allows access into the imprint field, for it allows the conscious mind to perceive the original trauma that is triggering the now moment emotion. Did you want me to continue
No,
or?
that's perfect.
Okay.
So an advanced viewpoint, just imagine for 1 second. We are able to take time and space and we're able to slow it down. So we imagine it as if we're expanding it, like it's a perception box. But the truth is that the outer world doesn't change. It is inside of us that like slows down. And when we slow down, we can sense all of the different emotions that are running simultaneously. And what this looks like is it's amazing because every single emotion we're holding, it's coming from down here, it's coming from the heart area, and our thoughts come up here. So we have 5 fingers on our hand. That allows on the left hand side 5 memory strings to be pulled in and spiraled into one energetic tubule, which is your memory strings. This is also how the string worker ability works. On the right hand side, we have a frequency wave. That is our thought stream. The memories and the thoughts, they all come together right in front of the pineal gland. Very similar to the control center, it's all happening in the same area. Our emotions change what thoughts align into the mind, and the memory grids change how we feel about the thoughts that are coming in. The star people have an ability where they can change my memories. So they go into one of the memory strings, or they can modify all 5 at once, which is so amazing. And they're able to change a memory. So sometimes when I'm talking, if I require information, they'll just clip and put it into one of the memories, and then it'll come into my mind as if I, watched a 2-hour video on whatever documentary that you guys need. So that's one way of telepathic communication. They can change the thought grids. They're able to control what thoughts come in my mind. They can put a thought way off in the back, so I kind of hear it, but it's really far away, and then the thought right in the front of the mind, and then the emotions. They're able to trigger different emotions. When we start to slow down time and space, now of course we're going to do this in meditation, even if it's with our eyes open. We'd like you slow down and you see things very differently. It's an awareness of all of these different things that are happening simultaneously inside of your being. The process of ascension is a process of waking up, for better for worse, that phrase or coined phrase, for becoming aware of this system, and then starting to slow down your time and space in the now moment, and to pick and choose what emotions you wish to resonate with, to pick and choose, if this thought that comes into my mind, if that's not in alignment, the star people, and this is way back in the beginning, they taught me to swipe it, right? So just as a darker thought would come into the mind, they said just grab it and throw it into a vortex trash can. And they literally, like, it took a couple months and months and months of, no, I don't accept this thought. No, I don't accept this thought. And recalibrating thought after thought after thought. But the second that you do that, all of a sudden, the majority of all the thoughts coming inside of your mind are positive, because
Mhm.
now you don't accept, I don't accept that energy, I do not accept that energy. And you are transforming the way that you think when you do this. That's the baby step. That's how we get it done, is having the awareness. Okay, it's in the mind, I see it, I sense it, I don't accept it. Well, now I want to start to sense it before it actually reaches inside of my mind. Now, precog abilities are very real. They have hooked on this planet in human-based technologies. They have hooked up different brainwave readers to human beings' minds, and we can see their brainwaves trigger as if they have witnessed a negative emotional experience, as an image is shown on a TV, but your brainwaves trigger before you actually see the image on the TV. That's precog. That's a precog ability. So the second that we can identify our brain is generating a negative response to something you have not even seen yet. That means that whatever we're seeing, there's a time-space delay to it. That means that our body and our system is actually shifting. And when our system shifts and it allows that darkness inside, it then reflects in the outside world. That's how the system works. So the second that we have an awareness, so it all starts in the inside, baby step the process. I'm going to take full control of my thoughts. Now I'm going to become aware of my emotions. How am I feeling now? We went through a year, Mary, where at the start people were like, now how do you feel? Now how do you feel? What do you feel inside? This is becoming self-aware. I always used to make fun when people said that, right? Before I knew, right? It's like, oh yeah, how did it make you feel? And then the stuff would be like, wait, you need to do this. How does it make you feel? And then, okay, I take it serious. But we went through the whole process and it was, okay, how am I really feeling now? And it's not just the baseline emotion. The baseline emotions are happiness, sadness, all of the ones that are very upfront and we're aware of. But like, how does it make you feel in your foot? Does your foot feel heavy? Does it feel really light? How do you feel? How does all your organs feel? Go inside as you're having an everyday conversation, becoming aware of the entire body, every single system, and then being aware, how does it all feel? In time, that evolves another level up. We become aware of all of the cells in the body, because as we change or modify a single cell in the body, there is a planet or some nebula or any type of cosmic life form or non-life form, even the star people are saying, that also is a mirror reflection of the cell inside of your body. So having a full-blown awareness of every single cell inside of your body, it allows you to then control the mirror reflections that you see. And it's of high value to know this, because the second we stop what we're doing and we take the time to go inwards, we get to know the self, and we get to know, how does this make me feel? What brings me happiness? What lights me up? What's my highest passion? You take the time to learn who you truly are again. And when you do that and you allow love to fill your entire being, the world among worlds expression unlocks for you. And it all happens very rapidly when we do this, because it lights up all the cells in the body. All of a sudden, everything falls into alignment. And then you start manifesting very, very rapidly. And when you're at that level of manifesting things very rapidly, the sky becomes the limit, because it's like, well, you spoke a word and then you saw it manifest somewhere in your real waking world. So when that happens, and it happens again and again and again, it's like we're going through that baby step process of opening and expanding our awareness into the crystalline kingdoms. The safety is on, so that we can have these moments, we can see it reflected, and we're taking the steps to heal the self. So do that a little bit more and then watch it expand and unlock. Yeah.
Yeah, I usually call in the angels if I have a negative thought. I ask them to take the thought out of my head and it's gone.
Yes, it is. But we also would prefer if each of us as an individual started to take our own sovereignty, right? So I call upon the angels, but not every single time, right? And even the star people, they have encouraged me, okay, these are your thoughts. So you take them and whoosh them into the trash can. If it's a reoccurring thought that you can't handle on your own, yes, I would call in the angels or the guides. But like, from all of my interactions with the star people, they have been teaching me and training me to stand on my own 2 feet, right? While protecting me. So, because there's some things, it's like, it's a process going through the ascension process. So if something was there, they correct it and then they let me know, I'm very, very grateful.
Yep. The next one is star-crossed.
That's a good one.
Okay, I guess.
You'll read it.
Yeah, but it went back up to the top. I don't know why it did that.
It's page 72.
Okay,
Take your time.
I got it.
Perfect.
We observe the process of being star-crossed as an energetic crossing of vortex streams, which allows for a type of 0 point to manifest at a desired location. On an interplanetary scale, we may adjust the pyramidal.
Pyramidal.
Okay.
It's a pyramid.
Pyramidal
a
structure.
pyramid structure.
Okay. On two separate planets in order to align a vortex stream, thus generating a 0 point to a desired location in space and time. This 0 point shall activate several times per cycle of the sun or equinox, depending on the pyramidal settings.
Good. So what this is it literally is star-crossed. We do this on a microcosm scale. So inside of our hearts, we have access to a vortex energy. Inside of all of the pyramids, the word pyramid means fire amid. Pyro, fire, amid, amidst. It's within, that fire is within. It's a vortex energy, is what it is. We generate this from our heart. The pyramids also generate this. Mother Earth generates this. This is known as the Schumann resonance, but there's more to it than just that, the star people are saying. Now, when we erect a pyramid on Earth, it generates a vortex energy. That vortex energy, it has an oscillation value. So when we take a look at the Schumann resonance, depending on the solar activity, the sun's rays come down and it gets absorbed by all the plants. It takes it, photosynthesis happens, but the plants are taking that knowledge because it's electrical in its nature and radiating it through the root system so that Mother Earth is also absorbing the frequency of the sun. The Schumann resonance, which is the Earth's oscillation value, then changes or modifies depending on the sun's baseline frequency. This is all important because the pyramids take that frequency from the sun, as well as underground aqua chambers or different types of metal chambers, such as mercury, dear ones, allowing for a very specific energetic vortex to radiate through the tip of the pyramidal structure. This is of high value, for each pyramid contains a different baseline frequency to it. It may be attuned to a particular planet as well, for each of your pyramids are aligned with different zodiac or planetary systems. That vortex energy may be seen going into a single tubule of light frequency. You may not be able to physically see that yet with your current eyes. However, that soul tubule is of high value when you are able to erect a secondary pyramid on a different planet. During certain alignment shifts, both tubes of energy, they then make an X somewhere out in the cosmos. The direct center of that X is a 0 point in its nature. There is different forms of connection that we are able to utilize during the star-crossed experiences. These may attune the soul, the biological form, or different aspects of the physical reality expression. Thank you. Thank you, Star.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, did you?
So, okay, what they're saying is we also do this with our hearts. So, for example, when you are standing in front of someone and you're both sending love, because that's what really activates that type of energy to come out of the heart, it's light ions in its nature. It starts a process of crossing. Now, because we're standing straight, there really isn't a center 0 point unless we stood so that we purposely can create one. And when we do that, let's say we put, they're saying a flower. Let's say we both did it where we're crossing our energy streams and there's either a crystal or a flower directly in the center. That 0 point can then be energetically cast into whatever item it is, and it can generate a very specific access code. The access code is both energetic and magnetic in its nature. It is connected not only to the void, but also to the vortex energy or the source energy, which then grants access into both at once. very powerful. This is also how we start to activate quasi-crystal technologies, but it's not a technology in the sense of a computer or any of that. It's crystalline technologies powered by the will and the mind of the individual casting it. Some
Yeah.
technologies we are able to think and manifest. That's known as a technology to the star people.
Yeah, and I remember you said you can sit in front of each other and cast it towards each other. And
Yes.
yeah. Or
And
if you don't
absorb.
have anybody, you can do it in the mirror.
Yes. Absolutely.
So I'm gonna have to try that. I'm going on a trip with Melissa.
Do it.
Yeah.
You can even send it into your aura field, right? So whatever it is, you can control the energy that you radiate outwards, and you can send it to any person, place, or thing throughout time and space. It does not have to be standing in front of you. They don't even have to be on the same planet. They have done scientific experiments on this planet where they have taken a plant and they have cut the limb off of a plant and flown it across the United States. So one plant, for an example, will be in New York, and then the clipping went all the way to California. They hooked them both up to the little machine that reads electrical magnetic pulses. When they tried to cause harm to one, the other one had an EM spike. So if you try and harm one tiny fractal of the plant, the entire plant as a whole spiked in fear. So we are all quantumly entangled. And what that means is that at any given moment, you have this entire body. If you release hair, and let's say we save the baby's hair for a reason. And many times the mom would take it and either braid it into her own hair, or she would hold it on a locket or something next to her so that her love would fill the hair with love, and it would actually have an effect on the child. Ancient civilizations taught us these things. Mm-hmm. This is the reason why. Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yes, it is. It's protection. You take a piece of your child's hair and you braid it into the back. And you say, thank you for protecting. Right?
Yep. Okay. The next one is mindful triggers.
Okay.
That is page 73. A mindful trigger comes into your awareness of the individual from many different angles and affects different viewpoint lenses. When a trigger comes into the physical reality, it shall flow through a person, place, or experience. This may look like a disagreement or a misalignment and may cause a triggering effect to activate inside the person's energetic net system.
Read the next one too.
Okay, being mindful of each trigger received allows for a type of bypassing of the lower emotional resonance, thus allowing more light to be encoded into the net system. There are multiple types of spiritual bypassing. For the act of bypassing simply means to observe and not allow the reflection to trigger an emotion to your experience. Focus is advised to heal such triggers, for healing shall allow the higher self access into your reality.
Okay, so spiritual bypassing is very important. Each and every emotion, and this is like the perfect way of describing it. Anything that we don't want or we push away, it comes back to us. Anything that we do want, we hold on too tight, we pull it in, it swings away from us. We have the law of polarity. The law of polarity means whatever you observe or you experience, be it negative or positive, you're going you may experience the opposite polarity. You will experience the opposite polarity. That's the law of polarity. It's key to remain neutral, because when we remain neutral, we override that emotion code in its entirety. So, and what is that? That's I want. I want is the emotion code. It doesn't matter what the item is. We're taught to be neutral. So I have it. I can enjoy it, but I'm not afraid to put it down and walk away from it. I'm not attached to it. I'm not giving it that energy. The mindful trigger is the same exact thing. When a darker experience, or yelling or screaming or release, any of that stuff comes to you, we have the option to spiritually bypass it, which means you put a wall up. I'm not going to even listen to this. I'm not going to focus on it. You turn, you walk away, and that's it. But that's, there's another way to override the emotion code, and it's to hold space, right? It's to come from the heart, have compassion. Okay, I comprehend why this is here. I'm looking at it. I'm not just going to turn around, I'm not going to walk away from it. I'm going to see it. I'm going to observe it. I'm going to be aware of it. I'm going to send it love. Thank you for gifting me this beautiful opportunity to learn from this emotion code, because that's every experience that we have is an opportunity to learn an emotion code. In a multi-dimensional world, the emotion codes are of high value, because when you master the polarity of all of the emotions that human experience can give you, you become a master of your own reality and experience. We need the opposite polarity of the emotion code to summon the crystalline kingdoms, right? So, for example, if you're really sad, the level of the darkness that you go, the star people have been telling us that emotions work like a frequency wave. The deeper, the darker you go, the higher, the brighter you can go. Because the law of polarity says if you go this dark, you have a potential to reach into the light of the opposite polarity. Now, and then there's a middle point, which is neutrality. The second that we can experience both the light and the dark, and we can hold neutral to it, we transcend that emotion code, which means now we're free to use it. It's kind of like, not like a cheat code, but it's kind of like, oh, I know the emotion code. The emotion code doesn't hold any weight over me. It has no power over me. I could use it. I could let it go. It's just a manifestation tool at this point. So the second that we turn and we do that, then it allows us to energetically send that emotion out and transcend that emotion coding. So what that looks like is, if you're in that extreme darkness and you neutralize it, you send yourself love and blessings, you don't have to experience that anymore unless you choose it. Now it's your choice. You transcended it. Make sense?
Kind of. It's like, what if it's a family member?
Well, right there. Okay, so the emotion code would be my family member, and then whatever they're, causing you to see or draining my energy, right? And so many times star seeds notice this, because there's a whole black sheep thing that happens with the star seeds, right? Because we get sent here to take on all of the karma for that family, because we knew we could transcend it very rapidly, whatever that wants to look like. Everyone's here to have their own experiences. So it's okay if it's not that rapid. It's okay if it's with you for a while. That's okay too. When we're here, what is it that you're learning? You are learning patience. You are learning resilience. You are learning to have compassion for someone when they are not at your level. And that it doesn't only mean mentally, sometimes physically. I was I was a cripple for 12 years. I was in pain, agony, release, all that stuff. The people around me, they had to learn compassion, right? Oh, I have to walk a little slower so she can keep up, right? This is part of why we are here, to learn the emotion codes. When it doesn't bother you that you walk slower, what happens? When you walk in the park, now you stop and you smell the roses. Your time, space, your awareness totally shifts because you have shifted your body. So when you do that, you've reached that point of neutrality. It doesn't bother me that I have to walk slower because this person is with me. Now I can walk slower and I can still have just as much fun. So now I'm holding space. I'm not, throwing it in a closet and not focusing on it. I'm sitting here, I'm holding space, and I'm still finding joy and bliss in the now moment expression while I'm doing the tiny things. So many times, the process of coming into awareness with the now moment, it's like a walking meditation. It truly is like, slow down, see what you can sense, just activate the extrasensory abilities. It starts with knowing the self, with coming inside. How does it feel to not allow the outside world to trigger you? How does that look like, where you can see someone yelling and screaming, or any of that type of low frequency activity next to you, and you're just like, I love you. I truly, truly send you love. And I hope and I bless that, or bliss that you can rise above this. That right there transcends that emotion code. And it doesn't give away your power, because now they have no power over you. So what did you do? You took back full control of your emotions. You did not allow the outside world to generate any type of reaction inside of you. That is emotional mastery. And the more and more we do that, we hold space without becoming attached to outcomes, people, places, or things. It allows us to rise above. The process of ascension includes rising above the physical reality. Think about it from a human perspective. If we are to activate instantaneous manifestations of any thought that comes into the mind, literally, you're not going to want to be thinking about, Godzilla or something that's like going to, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. You're going to want to have somewhat of a control of your emotions, so that you know that anything that does manifest for you is going to be in alignment with your highest and best. Beautiful. Yep. So it is 8:01. Are you ready?
Did you want to tell people about your book real quick?
Oh, yes. So thank you, Mary. So we did a thing, and the past, I want to say, couple of days to a week, I've been working on the attachment release workbook. However, it expanded. So we all came together as one tribe, one group, and we asked the star people for an attachment release book, so that, when people wanted to heal their lives, I would have a tool to say, here, put this in your hand, focus on the book, and it will take you, and it will help you to heal yourself. That was the attachment release book. That's what we have been talking about as a group, 56, as I said that. And we've been talking about this for a couple of years now. Well, it expanded to a 300-page, a comprehensive healing workbook. So, and it's filled with chakra clearings. Mary, what's in it? It's 300 pages.
It's so great.
It's so great. There's healing modalities, meditations, activations, healing different emotional imprints. So there's a lot of different emotions in there. There's activating the Christ consciousness grids. There's so much stuff in there. So we are, me, the star people, and I are still doing the final edits to it. This way we make it, I did ask everyone on Facebook, if you guys had things that you did want to see in the book, to please email them in or send a Facebook message, whichever is easier for you. A lot of the topics, we had a good look at it, Mary, and it's pretty much a lot. It's like everything. Mm-hmm. So, but yes, that is in the works, and it's going to be here very, very rapidly. It's done already. It's just, I want to have a look over and make sure, all the periods are in the right spot, and, you do the final once over. Mm-hmm. Yes, but that end, we also have the Costa Rica retreat. So that is coming up in June. There is another spot, maybe 2 open. And after that, so you guys, if you want to come and be a part of that journey and that mission with us, that is the retreat happening in June. It is in Costa Rica. That is up at daniellipton.com. You guys can go and check that out. And of course, during the retreats, we'll be, hopefully I have a paper copy of this workbook, right? Mm-hmm. By the time the retreat comes, so that I can hand everyone a copy of the book and say, here, right? Let's open to a page and let's see what we want to work on. It's such a beautiful book. Love it. So everyone also will be doing the Shadow Work Zoom. So that starts tonight at 8:30. It is complimentary. You guys just send an email to daniellipton.com. Only to daniellipton.com, and I will send you guys a Zoom link so that you can come. Yeah. Thank you, Mary, for joining us tonight. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure and an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
Yes. And thank you, star people, for this beautiful channeled session tonight. Thank you guys for being here with us, for helping us, and for guiding us on our ascension timelines. Thank you. Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.